Saturday, we are live inside the community, and I want to bring to you a very powerful message on this Saturday morning. So, if you're here catching me live, let me know. Chances are you're not. This was unannounced. Chances are a lot of you guys are overseas. You're over the other side of the pond. You're in America. You're in Australia potentially. You're either going to bed or you're still in bed, and that's absolutely fine. So if you do catch me at some point and you watch this, then let me know. Comment underneath. If you've got an opinion about what it is that I'm sharing inside this message today, then drop your opinion in here as well. I always love to hear other people's opinion. If you do not agree with what I'm about to say, then let me know. Right? Let me know. I'm open to a discussion, to have a conversation about your thoughts, your opinion on what it is that I'm about to drop. So let me just have a quick drink. I hope everybody is having an amazing 2025 already in business, and you're already making sales. If you're not making sales, then this message, this bit of a training, insight, a bit of wisdom that I want to share potentially could serve you guys. So let me just double check that we are all live and we are singing and dancing as we should be. There's no reason why we shouldn't be. So Joseph, it's good to hear you, my friend. Let me know if you can hear me. I can potentially you are, because I checked that we're okay anyway. Let me know if you can hear me. Yeah, we're all singing and dancing as we should be. Right, let me ask you a question. You're in business, and you're in business to make sales, right? You're in business to get clients, you're in business to serve. But above and beyond that, your business is here for one reason, and that's to protect your dreams. And in order to protect your dreams, what do you need to do? You need to be able to make sales. You need to be able to get somebody to invest in you as a coach, as a mentor, sorry, I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat. As a coach, as a mentor, as a leader, right? As a business owner, as somebody that is providing a service to help somebody else overcome a problem. You need to be able to get somebody to transaction money from their account into your account, which is the basic fundamentals of growing a business, getting clients, generating cash. So let me ask you a question, right? You're in business to make money. And when was the last time you made a sale? Are you making enough sales? Are you on target already this year? Or are you already off target? You should know by now, right? Because in business, you should set targets. If you're not setting targets, then you don't know where you're aiming. You don't know where you're heading towards. You can't have any KPIs of things that you need to do each and every day in order to grow your business. So I titled this training, right? The coaching industry is holding you back from making money, from getting some of the green stuff into your hands, right? From increasing those digits that's inside your bank account. So the coaching industry, in my belief, is keeping you stuck. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. I thought I had little ones behind me because it's Saturday and they've got friends over and they're having a bit of a play morning. But it doesn't look like anybody's wanted to get my attention. Can you just... Okay, sweetheart, thank you very much. There you go, right? This is what it's like when you're running a business from home and there's small interruptions, but I've got little ones and they also want daddy's attention as well. So, by the way, she's absolutely fine. She's just done some drawings and she just wanted to show me the drawings that she'd done. So cute. She's only 7 years old. Okay, so my focus got shifted. So the coaching industry is holding you back from making money. Let me explain what I mean by that. This last 2 or 3 weeks, I've had a colossal amount of conversations with a lot of coaches, right, that are not making enough money, or they're not making money. They've not made a sale for 2 months, for 3 months, for 5 months. They only made a small amount of sales last year in 2024. And when I dig into, like, as coaches, what we do is like, okay, well, let me understand the reason behind that. Let me like open up the hood of the bonnet, hood of the car, and let's dig deeper, right? What's the reason behind you not making sales? And do you know what the biggest reason is? The biggest reason why a lot of coaches are stuck at making sales right now is information overload. Information overload. And that information overload is creating chaos, is creating confusion. And where confusion is, sales are not, right? If you're confused in how to make sales, if you are overwhelmed with too much information on how to make sales, yet you don't know which way to go, what information to use, and how to make that information applicable to you where you're at right now in your current state of business, if you don't know how to make that work for you, then you're in information load, you're in chaos, and you're just paralyzed, right? And you're not doing anything at all. Or you might be doing something, you might just be throwing mud at the wall, hoping that something's going to stick, and potentially you've heard this before, right? Hoping that something's going to stick, and a few things might stick, but because it's not strategic in the way that you generated that result, you don't have to reverse engineer it in order to create that again. So you just keep going, you just keep jumping on different people's bandwagons, right? In hopes that something's going to work, something's going to stick, and then you can replicate that. But it never works, right? So the industry right now is in chaos because it's in information overwhelm. Why is this? So most people I've had conversations with over the last 2 or 3 weeks, this is the reason why. And I'm going to share a specific story about a conversation that I had with an amazing coach just a few days ago. He's an actual, he's a lecturer in a university in America. So the biggest reason why a lot of people are in information overload is because the coaching industry is having you sit behind video after video after video after video, consuming information. Like, you invest in a mentor, you invest in a coach, you invest to get access to a program, but then you just sat in front of 50, 60, 70 videos that you need to consume in order to learn and to understand what you need to do in order to grow your business, get clients, generate cash. And that is just paralyzing you. All that information isn't helping you whatsoever. And this is what I'm finding. Like, everybody's creating all these programs, and they're putting you inside all these videos of 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 50-minute videos that you just sat there forever and a day just consuming information, but you're just not doing anything with that information, right? Information isn't the thing that you need. You need a very simple strategy and a very simple framework in order for you to go out there and start generating sales, to start generating prospects, and to be able to start generating sales. Right? You don't need to be sat in front of a colossal amount of videos, right? Inside Kajabi or inside ClickFunnels or inside Thinkific, whatever it is, or whatever platform you're being pushed into, right? Whether it's just a school community, paid community that's just giving you information. That information is just keeping you in overwhelm. So I had this conversation a few days ago with a professor, a lecturer in America, and he's been wanting to get clients for a long time, and he's not had a lot of clients. Last year, very minimal clients. Now he's joined recently. 8 weeks ago. He's joined, and I'm not going to name and shame, right? But he joined a paid program to be able to grow his business and to get clients, right? We talk about growing businesses, right? When I say that, what I mean is like to make sales, to get clients, to generate cash, to make sales, right? Because your business needs that in order to move forward. In order to survive in business, you need to be able to get clients, and you need to be able to generate cash, right? Okay, so I had this conversation with him, and this isn't. Oh, sorry. What I should say is this is a typical conversation, right? This is a typical conversation. So I had a conversation, with this guy. Amazing coach, amazing person. And we gelled like amazingly well because he is a musician, an amazing musician in what he does. And I also used to be a musician as well. That's why I've got a piano behind me. Right, okay, so I had this conversation and he told me that he's joined this program. I'm like, amazing, right? You're an investor. You're investing in yourself and you're investing in your business and you're investing in your growth of your business in order to grow your dreams. Tell me, how long have you been in that program? He said 8 weeks. Cool, amazing. How many sales have you made in 8 weeks? He like looked at me a little bit shocked. He says, like, none. I'm like, okay, right, okay. So you've been in this program for 8 weeks. What have you been doing in 8 weeks? Well, there's a lot of information to go through. There's a lot of trainings to go through, in-depth trainings that I need to go through, and we're learning all this stuff. I said, okay, so I get that. So, but within the 8 weeks, like you're up to 8 weeks now. So, like, where are you at? What's the thing that you've done right now on week 8? Joseph, like, let me know if this resonates with you as well, right, my friend. And anybody that gets this on a replay, let me know if this resonates with you as well. If you've experienced any of this, let me know. So, he came back to me. He says, okay, so on week 8, he says we've just been talking about and discussing and working on our Facebook banner, upgrading our profile, our social media profile. My jaw dropped wide open. This is disgusting. And this is what I mean by the coaching industry is holding you back from making sales, from doing the things that you want to do. And I am freaking passionate about this. They are keeping you stuck in consumption mode. Just consuming information, right? But you never actually get out there doing the stuff that you need to do. Week 8, you should be making sales. You should be making sales well before week 8. This is a 15-week program that is joined. And then I think in a few weeks, then they're jumping into like the logistics of business. It's like all this should be done instantly. It's crazy what the coaching industry is doing. And some of the big leaders, some of the big names in the industry, right, is doing this. And it's holding you back. Let me just share quickly, right? And this is not about me. This is about like just opening your eyes up to the possibility, well, to the thing that's happening that's keeping you back, but also to the possibility, right, of you being able to move forward faster. Because I know as you're running a business, right, you need sales, you need clients. You cannot survive without those two things. You cannot survive without those two things. So you need those. And you don't want to be waiting 8 weeks. You don't want to be waiting 15 weeks. You want those things today. If not yesterday, last week, last month. Right? You need them now. So you can't afford to wait. Right, okay. So literally, when a client comes to work with me, right, within 5 days, if not sooner, depending on if they're a smart bear or not, right? Within 5 days, we get everything that we need to get built out within 5 days, which is not a lot. We get everything built out. So day 6 and day 7 and beyond, you're out there, you're prospecting and you're marketing and you're having conversations and you're scheduling calls and you're presenting and you are offering. After day 5. Not wait, and I don't put you in front of, you don't need like 56, 40, 70 Kajabi videos, YouTube videos, or ClickFunnels membership sites. You just don't need it. You don't need information. You just need the exact steps of the things that you need to do in the shortest amount of time that's going to get you the biggest result. It's crazy what the industry, what coaches are tolerating. You shouldn't have to tolerate this. How long should it take you to start making sales? How long should it take you to start hitting 10K months? Like, should it take you 6 months? Should it take you 12 months? Should it take you 2 years? Or is it possible in 30 days? Is it possible sooner than 30 days? Right? It's if you tolerate what other people say is, well, the industry standard is this and this and this. It's like it's BS. It's BS. There's no reason. Like, a week is a long freaking time, right? A week, 1 week is a long time. A week is 7 days, right? And how many hours? There's 24 hours in a day, right? Times that by 7. I'm not going to make myself look silly and do the maths on here, right? But that's a long time. How long should it take you? It shouldn't take you long at all, right? To start making sales. But the coaching industry is holding you back. The coaching industry is keeping you stuck. The coaching industry is stopping you from propelling forward and getting those clients and making those sales. So listen to this, right? Going back to the gentleman that I had a conversation with a few days ago. Let me see if I can actually just bring this up as well, because this is what I can do is I can actually just give you a screenshot of the conversation that I had with him, right, the day after. So I had a conversation with this gentleman maybe Tuesday. I might be wrong on that. I had a conversation with him maybe Tuesday. The following day, sorry, I was looking for this. So I had a conversation with this gentleman on Wednesday. I had a conversation with him on Tuesday. Sorry, I had a conversation on Tuesday. On Thursday, right, he sent me a message. I'm going to cover his name up, and you potentially can't see that, right? But he covered it, right? He's saying there, guess what? I believe I've got my first 2,500 client today. I believe I've got my first $2,500 client today. After, in just 48 hours from having one conversation with me. Just one conversation gave him the clarity in what he needed, the confidence in what he does to go out there, right, to do what's needed to be done in order to generate sales. Now, he joined a program, a 15-week program, and in 8 weeks, they're only still sorting out the banner. I had not even discussed his banner. I just told him exactly what he needed to do, how he needed to do it, and just pointed him in the right direction. And he's obviously a smart bear, right? He's obviously a smart bear. He took that information, which just shows me how serious and how hungry, how determined he is in making those shifts and making the results. He took that information and he went out there and implemented it, and potentially, or in conversations with having a $2,500 client. Not waiting 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 15 weeks, 12 weeks. Right? There's people out there in the world right now, and again, right, let me know. Does this resonate with you? Does this make sense? Have you been through this? Right? Is it also frustrating for you as well? Because I speak to so many coaches that are so frustrated in what's happening. Right? Because they're wanting sales, they're wanting clients today. There's people in the world, there's people in your industry that's right now, there's your potential clients out there right now that's investing in other coaches. They're out there right now, they are spending money. They're having conversations with other coaches that's bringing them into their coaching container, and them other coaches, they're not as qualified as you. Yeah, but they're making it work. Right? There's people in the industry right now that's willing to invest in you, but the coaching industry is having you do things that's holding you back. It's insane. If you just look at the world of business, right, before the internet came on board, right, if you look at the world of business before the internet came on board, before everybody became like internet marketers, um, like nobody knew about sales funnels per se, right? As in, like, go to a landing page, put your name and email address in here, collect data, put them into an email marketing um, nurturing sequence, and all this stuff. Nobody knew about that. But there were people out there each and every day closing high ticket sales. Coaching industry is not a new thing. People were out there in the world making sales in the coaching industry before the internet marketing became a thing. And I think we've forgotten about this. We've forgotten about this. I want you to understand this. Is you need to develop two things. And if you are sub, right, if you're not a 10K month yet, if you're not a 20K month yet, if you're not a 30K month yet, then you need to listen to what I'm about to share, right? Because I'm passionate about really helping you, not just help you to like do all the techie stuff and stuff which you don't really need. But I'm here to help you to get clients and earn money. Because without it, you're not going to do it. And I like picking that speed up. I like picking that speed up. We work hard, we work fast, we do what's needed. But the only things that is needed right now for you is one, master the art of prospecting. Master the art of prospecting. It doesn't take long to understand the basic fundamentals of prospecting. Once you understand the basic fundamentals of prospecting, and all that takes is just a 20-minute, 30-minute, maybe 40-minute conversation, right? That's it. Not putting you in front of videos. A simple conversation. And then you can get out there, you can start practicing it. And then once you practiced it, once you master prospecting, then you can develop those skill sets further, right? And then from there, it's a case of presenting your offer in a way that's personalized, in a way that you're allowed to show up being authentic, in a way that you're allowed to show up sharing your high value, sharing your magic, your wisdom, your knowledge, right? Showcasing that what you do is the only viable solution to help them to get the results. And then to be able to present the offer in a way that they get it, they understand it, and nobody's presented it like that to them ever before. So they can visually see what it's like before they actually get access to it, or access to you, and it's like it blows their mind, right? So that is the fundamentals of sales. It's the foundational basic principles of closing deals, right? Master prospecting, and then being able to master presentation, and then master closing the deal, I guess, and presenting your offer. And that doesn't take long to do. Like I said, when a client comes to us, 5 days, everything's done, and we're out there. And we're doing the things that you've always wanted to do in order to grow your business. Like I said, the coaching industry is all in you back. So I've gone on a little bit of a tangent, right? But the only reason why I've gone on a tangent is purely and simply because I care, right? Before I came online, listen to this. I've made sales not just online. I've made sales in coffee shops. I've made sales in restaurants. I've made sales everywhere. Clients are everywhere. They're not just in Facebook groups. They're absolutely everywhere. But if you don't know how to prospect, if you don't know how to present and make offers, then it doesn't matter where you are, right? You're not going to be able to close deals. You're not going to be able to get clients. And you can watch as many videos as you want, but that's just going to put you in information overwhelm. So I remember going back a few years ago, I was just by myself. I was working in a coffee shop and I overheard a conversation 4 tables away, right? It's what they call the cocktail effect. If you don't know what that is, then go and look at it. The cocktail party effect. I heard this conversation over 4 tables away, and I just started listening into this conversation. I was like, wow, they're prospects. So I had to understand how to inject myself into that conversation, right? If I'd have walked out of that coffee shop and not involved myself in that conversation, I know that I would have lost the sale because I knew I could have helped them, right? I knew hand on heart I could help them from the conversation I was hearing. So I wasn't going to walk away from that coffee shop without injecting myself into that conversation. This is where the skill sets come into play. And this is where you need these skill sets. So I introduced myself to the guys, right? Two guys sat across from each other, were having a coffee. They were talking business, they were talking marketing, they were talking sales, they were talking all the conversations that I love to have conversations about. And I just like boldly, courageously just went up, and I just introduced myself, right? Pleasantly, I just introduced myself. And I just simply said, look, guys, I know you don't know me, and feel free to tell me to, like, you know, not be part of this, but I just want to introduce myself. I overheard your conversation that you just had about growing your business, and I hope you don't mind, but I've got a few suggestions and ideas that I'd love to share with you. Like, feel free to, like, say no, but I think you'll benefit from listening to what I've got to say. Like, it's a loaded question, right? Now, they could have said, no, we're not interested, we don't know you, go away. And that would have been absolutely fine. Oh, did you see my camera move then? And like, if that happened, then that would have been absolutely fine. I wouldn't have had a problem with that whatsoever. But they didn't. Guess what? They said, no, slight pull up a chair, sit down. So I did. And I started drafting things out. I had my notebook and I started drawing things out. And guess what happened? I blew their mind. I was on their radar. Then we started having a conversation. And guess what happened? They became clients. They invested. Right? They invested in me. They hired me as a coach. That's because I understand prospecting. And if you can't inject yourself into a conversation, if you can't start a conversation and be able to guide that conversation above and beyond any level of conversation that anybody else is having with them right now in the industry, which is absolutely like diabolical because people do not know how to have effective conversations, then you're going to struggle. You are. I'm sorry, you're going to struggle. So the only things you need is master skill sets and master skill sets around prospecting and sales. And what you don't need is to be pushed into a program that's just keeping you stuck watching too many videos and it's not getting you out there doing the things you need to do to get clients and to make money. Right? Because it shouldn't take you long to start making sales. It shouldn't. It's just that we're now tolerating it. People are tolerating it. Oh, well, it should take 60 days. It should take 12 weeks. It should take 12 months. I had a conversation with somebody I think it was last week, and this lady said to me, lady coach, she said to me, oh, I'm a newbie in business. I was like, okay, what do you mean by newbie? Well, I've only been going for 8 months. That's why I don't have any clients. You're not a newbie at 8 months. You're not a newbie at 8 months. That means you've started a business, and 8 months you've not made any sales. You've not made no profit. You've not generated no cash. How are you surviving? How are you surviving? And this is when business becomes an expensive hobby. This is when business becomes an expensive hobby. Because if you've got a goal to do 10 grand a month, and you've not, and 8 months in, you've not earned any money, you've not hit that goal, then chances are your business now has cost you 80k. Because every month your business does not hit your goal, then your business is costing you what that amount of money will provide for you. That's when businesses have got an expensive hobby, right? So again, I'm going off on a rant, but that's okay, right? I wanted to shine the light on this because there's no need to tolerate this. There's no need to tolerate this whatsoever. There seriously is and isn't. Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it out on here. I'm going to leave it out on here. If you want to pick up the speed, if you want to master the skill sets quicker, if you want somebody that can reduce the amount of information of overload that you've got, right, and just help you to get clarity on the simple, basic things you need to do, but to be able to do it at a level that nobody else in the marketplace is doing it, that's going to allow you to stand up and play a bigger game in amongst anybody else that's out there that's speaking to your marketplace. Let's have a conversation, right? Because time's ticking. And there's no reason why you should be waiting any longer. There's no reason why you should be tolerating what you're tolerating. Let's have that conversation. And if, right, we are the right fit, then we can have that conversation about doing something together. If we're not, then at least you've got this understanding of what you need to do with simplified business for you, and you can move forward regardless. I am not for everybody. Like, when a client comes on board with me, we work hard, we jump in the trenches, and we do what needs to be done. We don't mess around, and I will hold you accountable because that's what it takes to generate results. A lot of people don't like that, and that's absolutely fine, right? But I'm here to generate results for you and with you. So if you want to have a conversation, then let's have that conversation. You know what to do. You don't really need any guidance, right? You're wise. You just either drop a comment underneath here and I'll reach out to you, or you can be proactive and you can reach out to me. It ain't rocket science. It really, really isn't. So many people just overcomplicate it, and it doesn't need to be overcomplicated. You're smart. You're a smart bear. You know what to do. So if it's taking you longer than you like, and you want to get out of that gate quicker, then like take action on that. Let's have a conversation, and let's move you forward. Okay, guys. So have an amazing Saturday, have an amazing weekend, and I'll look forward to either speaking to you or seeing you in the next live. Catch you soon.